Hey everyone, it's Michael Valtos and welcome to the Orderflows market analysis for Tuesday, August 15, 2017. Now, I apologize, it's been a while since I've done one of these, since last week actually, since last Tuesday, but I've just been out cold. I've had this terrible stomach virus. I don't know what you want to call it, but it just really knocked me out for several days. Literally, I felt like I was dying. I was bedridden. Even now, I still got, I'm still sweating. I still got a fever. But at least my stomach doesn't feel like I've been in a boxing match, and my throat isn't killing me that much. But so again, if I haven't gotten to some of your people's emails, bear with me. I said I've really been out. Then not only as I've been out, but a lot of my rest of my family's also gotten this infection. So it's sort of running its course through our household. So I've been really having to run around, do everything, take kids to the doctors, and do all sorts of stuff, going for blood tests. But hopefully, things are coming back down to normal. And okay, I'm gonna say this up front. No, I don't offer a free trial on the Delta Scalper. It's only $250. It's not an arm and a leg. So honestly, if you can't afford $250, then you should reconsider should you be trading or not. I'm not charging thousands of dollars for the Delta Scalper. So if you're emailing me asking for a free trial and I don't reply, it's because I don't offer one, okay? And I don't have the time to sit there and reply. But I see people putting comments in these videos. Oh, you don't have a free trial, so it's useless. So, come on, this is not an object designed for people into shiny object syndrome, right? It's designed for people that understand order flow, want to use order flow in their trading, not people that just want to go, oh, hey, this looks interesting, I want to try it. No, really the people that get the most out of this indicator, right? I won't say the best users, but the people that really get the most out of it understand order flow on a basic level and, want to add it to their trading arsenal rather than just want to buy a new indicator because it looks like, hey, this looks like it's picking nice turns. Yes, it does pick nice turns, but when you add it together with order flow, it's going to find you really nice trades. Like, for example, this trade here, even though we did make a new low by a tick, you got a nice rally here. There's other things in the order flow to help confirm it. But anyway, before I jump in, let me go through a brief disclaimer. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or make any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that could be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Again, the tools we use in this presentation are the Orderflows Trader, which is the volume footprint chart, and the Delta Scalper. Now, I honestly, while I've been down, I've been laying in bed, I've been doing a lot of surfing around on the internet. I see, that there's a lot of volume footprint charts out there, and several years ago there was maybe 5, 6. Now there's easily double that's available for NinjaTrader. So you've got to make a decision. Which software do you want to use? Which one do you think can help your trading? And do the people that provide it also provide additional training? Basically, I don't want to say support because the data is the same, but teach you what to look for. I mean, you could have the greatest volume footprint software out there, but if you don't know what you're looking for, it's kind of pointless, right? It doesn't make sense to have the software but not know how to get the maximum out of it. So anyway, let's start here with the first chart I was showing you was the bonds, and that was this morning here in the bonds here, and it's just classic. It's a classic divergence in a ratio in the next bar, ratio in the next bar. This is the classic buying signal right here. Okay, yeah, earlier you did have the Delta Scalper giving you a buy right here. Yeah, that's fine. But also, say you don't have that, say you're just looking at a footprint chart, this is it right here, you're getting it, and this is a beautiful move from 28 all the way up to 12 before it just goes sideways on you for the next, hour and a half. We did eventually make, another stab at another rally here, but, there wasn't much in here to tell you to get short. But this was the I'll say the trade of the day, but this is the one that I was talking about in the room all morning. I said, this is it. Here you go, get ready. Maybe I wasn't convinced here, honestly, at this point, but this next bar gave me the confirmation. So maybe you miss your entry here at 28 and you get in this bar here at 31. Okay, that's fine. There's still a lot of potential there for you. Okay, the 10 range chart here. Now this is interesting. Where am I here? So we came down into this low. Again, you got a ratio and divergence right here on the low of the day. This is at 938. Next bar, you got the delta scalper. And what happens is the market just goes sideways on you. Sometimes they work out beautifully, more like in the bonds. Sometimes this just happens on you. Now, granted, it's been a crazy last few days. Going back to last Thursday with North Korea. It's like we're going to the brink of launching thermonuclear war, and then it's backed off. So, things in Charlottesville, yeah, it's not nice, it's bad, but that's not having the effect on the market. That's happening on the market was all due to North Korea. But things have toned down, and the market's sort of found a resting point here. We literally just spend the rest of the day, most of the day here around the 63 area, and even in the evening session, that's where we're trading right now. Okay, so we'll take a look at the 4 range E-minis. Now this is very interesting. Again, this is something I was talking about in the room today. So we're coming down into this low. This is around 848 this morning. Boom, you get a stack selling imbalance, okay? And it's just right above the low, okay? Now, I know you see, hey, I got stack selling imbalance. Let's get short. Well, I prefer stack selling imbalances, right? If they're coming in near a low, I prefer them on the other side of the low, going into new lows, not going into the low, right? Like this one is. If this red line is the low, it said if you were to get it as you're breaking through the low, I would like it better. Why? Because what you're getting is people coming in here thinking, hey, we're going to come out, we're going to bust through this low, okay? And honestly, I used to think that too. I used to be a breakout trader back in the early days, back in the 90s. That was back in the early days, the Toby Crable, range extension breakouts. I used to love them. That was my bread and butter. But then you'd run into problems like this. You come into the low, people are coming in, think we're breaking out. What happens? It stops right here, right on the low. You got to bounce up. Okay, so if you're getting short here at the low, 62.5, you're not going to take the trade all the way up to 66.5, 4 points against you. As it's that's a shitty trade to take. Eventually, yeah, we did make a new low. We got down here to 60.5. So assuming right, your target is 2 points at 60.5. Are you going to risk 4 points to get 2 points? No, of course not. As soon as this thing starts ticking up here at you're short at 2.5. As soon as it starts hitting 3.5, 4, you're thinking shit, and you're covering it. You're taking your loss. That's why I prefer to get confirmation. I prefer to get the breakout rather than everyone sort of coming in here euphoric, thinking, hey, let's pile in and take out the low and make new lows. No, I want to make the new lows first. But anyway, you got point of control on the bottom, ratio bounds low, no divergence. You got that selling imbalance there. It sticks out, quite obvious. This was a decent buying opportunity here. The market shot up. I said back up to 6.5. Delta scalper gave you a signal right up here. You had a delta scalpers buy here up to here. So you got a buy, then a sell. So a nice little back and forth there. Another buy here. This one just goes sideways on you. Eventually you come down here, you make a new low. Again, point of control right on the low. Okay, just like you had here. Point of control right on the low. When you see that in green bars, at lows of days, pay attention to them. It's a great trading opportunity. And this time, the market rallies back up, from 60.5 all the way up to 64.5. Going sideways, delta scalper buy here, delta scalper sell there. Again, people think, wow, this is not much. No, it depends on, type of trader you are. This is a 4 range chart, okay? If you're trading on a dome, right? Trading on a dome, you're looking to get, 3 or 4 ticks. You're not looking to get 3 or 4 points. And if you got something that could signal to you, hey, short-term supply and demand has changed, get long here, or hey, it's changed, get short here, or get short here. You're just looking at some nice little scalp trades here. 1, 2, 3. Right there. But then the rest of the day is kind of boring. You just sort of go sideways. Here's another delta scalper sell, comes down into here, which in the evening session, that's where we are right now. Okay, so this is Japanese yen. This is the delta scalper, right? It runs on a normal bar chart as well as a footprint chart. I do think, it's best used if you understand order flow, rather than just coming in looking for some shiny object that you can trade with. But again, now, I'm just showing you this because I'm not trying to like say, yeah, you would have taken this trade right ahead of the retail number, and you would have caught this trade. But that trade aside, okay. And this is right or after, again, I'm not going to say you would have taken this trade and not taken this one, but anyway, take it after 8 o'clock. You get some nice signals here. Okay, this one fails. It comes right back with a nice trade here. It's all blue, so you just stay long, right? So if you're buying it down here, I mean, this is, what is that, 90.44 all the way up to the 60s. Here you get a sell, sells off, sort of rallies back up a bit. Another sell here. Did another sell there. This buy fails. Then you come into the 2 o'clock close. So again, depending on what style of trading you are, surely you can get trades out of the market using this using the delta scalper. And again, sometimes people, I know people always want to have some sort of holy grail system that's just going to pick every single turning point, right? Here's a 987 tick chart in the E-minis this morning. You sell here, it comes back up. That's 6 in the morning here. This is around 9 o'clock here, sell, and then a buy fails, the sell. Nice little sell here, a buy, a sell, and a nice little buy here in this rally. No, I like looking at, like I said, I normally don't look at this NASDAQ 233 tick chart, but you know what, somebody bought the thing, and it was just a real pain in the ass because he says, he didn't get it quick enough, and it doesn't work on his charts. But so that's why I keep up this 233 tick chart, because he says he looks at 233 tick chart in NASDAQ, crude oil, and a 4 range in the mini Dow, and I just want to show you. When people say it doesn't work, I don't know what people expect out of an indicator. Yes, this trade failed, but here you're getting a little bit of, again, I don't know what time frame, I don't know how he's trading, whether he's scalping for ticks or he's looking to trade on a 233 tick chart and hold it for 5 hours. Who knows? Okay, who knows? But just eyeballing it, it's picking nice turning points. I mean, I know people that would just be happy to get a couple moves like this move, this move, this move here, this move. We'd be happy to get 2 or 3 moves like this a day. These small little wins and losses will wash each other out. At the end of the day, you'll be breaking even on a lot of these. But what you want to do is you want to catch those moves. Here, right? You get short at 15, cover it down at 05. You just do that 3 or 4 times. I don't need to do it 3 or 4 times a day. You do it, once or twice a day. And you can make a nice living, right? Catch a move like this from 06 down to 98. You could deal with the small break-even trades. Those will take care of themselves. I haven't looked at the other charts. But I mean, I try to explain to people, it's an order flow tool, right? So it reads the order flow as it comes in. It's not going to just automatically backplot everything on there. No, it needs the data as it comes in. This is the 233 tick chart. Let's go back. This is 6 in the morning. Iffy, a small winner, a loss, small winner, small winner, small winner. That one's, put that up as a loss. Here's a nice little winner. This one. Now, okay, so people say, oh, look at this, I took this trade, it failed. I took this trade, it failed. Well, why? Okay, I know that people want a trading system, a red light, green light trading system, but I'll give you a little bit of information. Let the market take you in. Just because you got a buy signal, let the market start moving in that direction. I know a lot of people that use this. They use it. This is the entry bar plus 2 or 3 ticks, right? So if you're not getting the follow-up buying in the next bar, especially on a fast-moving chart like a 233 tick chart, let the market take you in. Let the market start going lower if you're getting short. Let the market start going higher. If it's not, trade's probably not going to work out. like this, right here. Okay, so here, you get short, but then the next 2 bars are up. Okay, you wait, give it some chance. Let it start coming down before you're getting in, right? Let it make a new low, break through this low here, or break through the high of this bar here, right? Like this one, signals on this bar here, and next bar up. Okay, it stopped you out. But there's going to be times where it just doesn't give you that follow-up, the follow-up selling, But here, it's still giving you some decent trades. So even though you're getting stopped out on some, say you're just taking every single signal, you're still getting decent amounts of signals in here, here. So take a look at the mini Dow 4-range chart, just to wrap it up. The 4-range chart in the mini Dow is, I think, ridiculous to trade off of. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Let's go back here. This is what, 6 in the morning, and really 7 o'clock. 8. Ideally, it should be trading at around 8:30. This is 8:30 here. So you could, I don't want to say forget all this, but again, you're gonna get the most liquidity and best trading opportunities, I think, in the mini Dow and Nasdaq during the cash open. So you get a nice little buy here, sell. This buy fails. It's a nice little sell there. A little back and forth action here. A little sell here. So, mini Dows, yeah, it's kind of mixed. Nasdaq performed better today. Let me just see if I got any other interesting charts to show you today. Well, the yen was, I said the yen looked really nice. Let me just what chart I'm looking for? My soybean chart. I haven't looked at soybeans honestly today. I looked at it early in the session, but I haven't looked back at them since about 9 this morning. Of course, if I could just find my chart here. Well, anyway, let's take a look at Bunds real quick. Bunds interesting this morning. So anyway, go back here. What do you got? Off the high, you got the Delta scalper giving a sell. This buy here, this one didn't work out. Coming down into these lows, failed ratio and divergence. The Delta scalper giving a nice sell there. There's another point of control around the bottom. Next bar up, 2 bars. There's a nice Delta scalper buy. Both of these, they're on the same level, so I'm not surprised to see the buying come babe in. The first one, maybe it would have stopped you out. Second one, definitely you could have caught a ride. Delta scalper, a little bit of a sell here, didn't work out. Here's a Delta scalper sell, and this bar is interesting, point of control right on the top, and then you sold off until the close. So here's the soybeans. Again, as I haven't looked at it, I'm just curious to see if there's anything interesting. Not really. Coming down into these lows here. Here you got, this one, I find this bar bullish, but no follow through in the next bar. Came down here, made a new low, made new lows here. This one doesn't have a ratio. This one does have a ratio. This is the Delta surge. But yeah, we sold off, but again, not any buying opportunities. Yeah, this one here that failed, honestly, but it's just kind of bearish overall. I said you got the Delta surge here, so the Delta is picking up in the negative sense. Coming down into these lows that maybe there's a potential of us going lower, which obviously we did. So not a great chart to show you, but again, still I want to show you again. Not every time does order flow pick every single turning point. Sometimes there's just nothing in the flow. The market's just facilitating trade the way it should do. But again, I just want to show you how it looks. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching this. And to learn more about order flow, visit the website orderflows.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're interested in the Delta scalper, go to deltascalper.com. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.